making, and you did that in 30 days?
30 days, yes. Because I was so shocked that when I looked to the new jeans and my own clothes, and I saw the big difference between the size, I told to myself, I will not buy another thing until I get back my body and put on my own clothes.
Now, Mina, how did you get started helping women over 40?
It was from my own experience.
Okay.
So 15 years before, I suffered from the situation because I shift from being students to having a full-time job front of my computer. And after 4 years, I gained weight. And I experienced a bad period of my life.
Okay.
And that's why I want to help to empower women now, because when I suffered from gaining weight, I experienced depression. I felt really very I developed I can't talk about the subject. So when I gained weight, in the beginning, it was not. I shifted from being a student to having a full-time job front of a computer.
Okay.
Everything was changed for me. Stressful environment, and the thing I found at this time to comfort myself was eating chocolate bar during the day, and I developed emotional eating. In the beginning, I could not recognize the situation, but after 4 years, I started to look to my body and ask me, it's not me, it's not what I was before. And I was shocked, I was depressed. I started to develop some health problems as blood circulation, pain back, etc. And I remember when I went for a vacation, and after 10 days, when I wanted to come back, I was obliged to buy another jeans so as to come back, because I could not wear my own clothes anymore. So it was so shocking. When I came back home, I looked to my body in front of a mirror, and I took the decision that I wanted to get back my body. Of course, I had two choices: buying new clothes in the new size, or do everything to get my body back. So I decided to do everything to get back my body. And I told to myself that in 30 days, I will get back, I will put my own clothes. This is the first things I decided. And I looked to the new jeans because it was large. I shipped from XS size to M size, which was huge for me.
That's a big deal, period. That's a big shift that you were making. And you did that in 30 days?
30 days, yes. Because I was so shocked that when I looked to the new jeans and my own clothes, and I saw the big difference between the size, I told to myself, I will not buy another thing until I get back my body and put on my own clothes.
Wow. Okay. Now, okay, and you were successful in 30 days. So now, how did you transition to your first client?
Uh, I started by myself first,
Mm-hmm.
and when in 30 days I started to lose weight, to have energy, to be motivated, and I felt so good and so well in my new body, because I started to put on my clothes, and after I started to have a feedback from my colleague asking me, "Wow, what did you do? What?" And
So the people around you started to notice the
yeah,
changes that you were
yeah,
making, the weight that you were dropping. And I'm sure as you dropped weight and saw that in the mirror, it showed in your personality and you begin to be happier on a daily basis.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
we start to have a smile, we start to have a feedback, and I remember, even if when walking, some guys want to talk to me, to invite me to have a drink, and it was we noticed the difference when we are in a situation when we make a barrier between us and the others, because we don't feel good, we are depressed, we don't smile, and suddenly when we feel good, we start to have feedback, we start to feel have confidence, and start to attract more attention.
Yeah, because we're not as guarded. All right, we're not as guarded. We don't have that barrier up or that boundary up. That it may not verbally, like you might not say to people, stay away, but your personality is so standoffish that people feel it in your emotions and they know, well, she doesn't want to be bothered, so let me keep my distance, or she's not as talkative or happy as she used to be, so let me give her her distance until she works out whatever it is she's going through.
Yes,
Yeah.
I think so. Yes, and when it comes, it starts with ourselves. If we don't feel um, good with ourselves, we can't give love to others. We can't feel good so as to attract people.
Okay, so you
So
said you said your colleagues started to notice the changes in you,
yes.
right? Now, how did you respond to that? Did you let them in on exactly what was going on, or did you just kind of smile and laugh it off?
Uh, when I started working with the same colleague, I was fit. I have now problem.
Okay.
And when I gained weight, nobody comes to talk me to tell me, "Wow, you gained weight" or something like that.
Yeah.
But they notice without sharing. And when I start to lose weight, I start to have uh, remarks. So I think that my colleague noticed the difference, what was going during these uh, years, without speaking about the problem. And after, when they found the transformation, they want to know. And I think, especially for women, gaining weight is something we suffer from. We don't want to gain weight, because we want always to be attractive, etc. So attractive, not only feeling good, being, because especially in business environment, we want to be always um, irreproachable. So and after, when I want to have a good feedback, I understand that it matters to stay fit all the time. And And I think that most of women want to feel good every day in their clothes, to put on their beautiful dress whenever they want without problem.
So how did you work with, back to the question, and breaking
Sorry,
down, no, because I interrupted you. How did you begin to work with your first client? You said that your coworkers began to notice the changes in you, and then what happened?
I start to give, we talk about nutrition, start to give advice about, for example, what to eat, when we eat, how we eat, all these things, and fitness as well. But not only, because gaining weight, it engage our mind, our soul, everything. It's not only fitness or nutrition.
Yeah.
All is combined, because and I start to develop this kind of balance between mind, body, heart, and soul, because we can eat, for example, about nutrition, we all know that eating vegetables, fruit is good for health, but eating fruit during at night, it's not good, because it's transformed in sugar, and
Really?
sugar will transform in fat. So, so all the knowledge about nutrition was key, is key in a process of losing weight, for example. So we start to communicate about knowledge, especially knowledge about nutrition, fitness, for someone who stay a lot of time in a seated position with inactive, without physical activities. So first we have started to share knowledge, and and I received many colleagues was interested to know more, and we discussed. And after I gave tips and some daily habits, etc. And my colleague starts to have results, and we continue to discuss all the time. And last year, I decided to make it as a coaching program, so as to empower more women in the same situation.
Nice, nice. So, Mina, I, along with I'm sure a lot of my viewers, will fit into your category, right? Sedimentary a lot, doesn't get up, not a lot of movement. Even during this pandemic shutdown, having to stay at home in the house, that doesn't leave a lot of room for activity, right? Not a lot of exercise, especially for people that are not disciplined. So, can you give us some top tips? For instance, you already mentioned one of my vices, which is eating fruit at night. Blackberries, blueberries, strawberries. That's a snack for me, and I eat probably long after 7 p.m. I'll do a lot of fruit. And now you're telling me that I thought it was good because, hey, I'm eating fruit, which,
Yes.
but you're telling me, no, 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 no. Give me some tips on, first, let's start with eating tips, and then we'll go into physical activity tips. So for the eating tips, give me, say, your top 2 or 3 tips to help empower women to eat healthier or to be more fit.
Yes. So, for example, especially when we don't have physical activities, we can eat less than uh, we spend in as effort, and we can eat more. For example, we have a plate. We divide it in the middle. The middle is vegetables, only vegetables, and the third protein, and 20% or 30% protein, 20% hard carbo.
Okay.
So if we start like this, vegetables don't have a lot of calories, so we can eat vegetables as much as we want. Protein, 30%, so as to have muscles, and we don't need enough carb, so 20%. And for example, for fruit, it's better to eat fruit in the morning, not in the afternoon or at night.
I'll try to make that change.
Yes, because fruit, we have natural sugar. Our body consumes sugar when we do physical activities. If we don't do physical activities, sugar transforms to fat. So, for example, if I eat fruit in the afternoon or night and we don't move, the sugar will be transformed to fat during my night sleep. But if I consume fruit in the morning, I have all the day to use this sugar.
Okay. So
And
go ahead, I'm sorry.
And this sugar will not be transformed in fat.
So sugar in the morning. So eat the fruit in the morning. Now, what would I eat midday?
Midday, always vegetables and a part of protein. For example, fish, eggs, or I don't. For example, meat. I'm not very meat. I don't eat a lot of meat. So chicken, fish, or eggs with vegetables. And also all the dairy products, it's not helpful to stay in shape for women, especially for women. Milk, cheese, etc. These products, it's better not to.
Now, Mina, where in this diet do my potato chips fall?
What? I'm sorry.
Where do my potato chips fall? My Lay's plain potato chips? Because potatoes is a vegetable, right?
Yes, but yes, I agree with you. This is why there is another thing to choose between vegetables, because potatoes, for example, and carrot is good, but we can consume it by not at night, for example, because there is a lot of sugar in carrot. Even if carrot is good, we can eat less at night, for example. Potatoes, it's a vegetable, but at the same time as high carb, as féculent, I don't know in English. It's as bread.
Okay.
Potato.
Okay.
Yeah. So we pay attention to potatoes. If we wanted to lose weight, we don't consume potatoes. Maybe not all the time, but
okay.
For example, all the things that we can consume, but with a little amount, and not all every day, etc. For example, I like potatoes. I can eat potatoes once a week in the middle of the day, for example, and no problem.
Okay, 1 second. I'll cut it out when I'm editing it. Now, what about this?
So great. So first, yes, when we want to really stay in shape, my idea is to work with the 5W questions. is to know why, when, what, who, where.
Okay.
For example, who I am, I want to lose weight, I want to stay in shape. What I want to eat, when I will eat, I eat when I am really hungry, or I eat because just I don't feel good, or I have emotions, or I'm stressed, or I'm tired and I want to eat something to comfort myself. So why I'm eating. And when I eat in the middle of the night, or where, you see, I developed a method of 5W question to know why the situation, why I eat, when, where, and why.
Okay,
When
let's break that down and actually walk through there right now. Okay.
Yes.
So the who, let's say the who is me.
Yes.
And then what's the next W?
So your ideal version of you, how do you want to be? Your mindset,
Okay,
your body.
let's say
Yeah.
I want to lose 50 pounds.
Yes.
Okay, so that's the ideal me.
Okay. So after who is what I need to do, what I need to eat so as to lose these 15
The hard part.
pounds.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what I will search everything that I need to eat in nutrition, exercise, etc. What is all is related to help me to lose 15 pounds,
Okay.
to help you to lose 15 pounds.
Okay.
And when I have all these knowledge, when I started to do so, for example, about nutrition, when I need to eat when I feel really hungry, or when I have emotion, when I see somebody trying to eat, because sometimes we develop we want to eat just because we see somebody was eating.
True. Like the yawning effect. When somebody yawns, then everybody yawns.
Yes. So when will give you the time? Yeah.
I do most. So the question is, when do I do my eating?
Yes. For
Okay.
example.
Okay. Most of my eating is done in the evening. Like I eat after work. All right. So if I work 9 to 5, my eating is 7 to 9.
Yeah. So when it's late, the question is what you eat at this time, and it's sugar, high carb, vegetable, etc. We come back to what?
Here's my
It's a killer.
here's my vegetable, and then I will have let's see what else. Let's see. I'll have like some nuts. All right. I'll have some pecans or some almonds or some walnuts, and then I'll probably have some blackberries, blueberries, strawberries.
So I break down my program on 3 phases. The first one is mindset, all about mindset, how to have a new mindset to start this transformation. And the first thing is to get clarity about the current situation and the new situation. How do you visualize yourself, new image, new body, new mindset, etc. And when we get clarity about all the situation, we start to work on our environment. For example, all what you mentioned to me is in your home. So when you wanted to change, you take a decision to take some action, to take actions.
Okay.
And the first action is not to buy these things, to have only healthy food at home. For example, all the snacks don't buy it. You don't have temptation at home. Even if you are tired, even if you are hungry, you didn't pick these things. You can have healthy food snacks, and even if you eat some healthy snacks, it's okay.
Okay, so if my snacks are not healthy, well, let's say this. It's evening time. I'm a small portion eater. What can I have once I'm in my eating period? Like I do most of my eating in the evening. For that
Yeah.
and the goal of losing weight, what are some of the things that I can eat during that time period?
Yes, you can eat, for example, vegetables and fish. Vegetables, eggs, for example. And you eat healthy, you feel good, and you can go to sleep without any problem. After 1 hour, 2 hours after eating, you can go to sleep without any problem, and you don't gain weight.
So I can't eat at my bedside and lay down immediately when I'm finished.
No, when you eat, you can stay normally 2 hours before going to bed.
Okay. Okay. So I need to stay up 2 hours after going to bed. Okay. So that is my diet. And Mina has eliminated everything in my house for me to eat. So so now how must I move? Like what do I need to do to move to actually start to see the pounds melt away?
Uh, yes, it's not necessary to spend a lot of hours at the gym, but if you can have 30 minutes every day focusing on working your body, you can get results. You will see the transformation of your body.
What?
Because, yeah.
Good.
So you can, for example, 30 minutes in the morning or at night or whenever you can, you choose the activity you feel you like, and you can do it. And when we want to lose really weight, it's a combination of cardio and fitness. So cardio, so as to have a good blood circulation. Yeah, and it's related. If you eat less calorie and you do exercise, you start to lose weight easily.
Any type of exercise? Like, does it have to be low impact aerobics? Can it just be walking? Is there some kind of exercise that I can just do right in my own home?
For example, if you like swimming, for example, swimming, walking, even if when we are at home, we can do exercise. For example, during the COVID, during the lockdown, I have a specific. I did some exercise at home, and we can jump at home. You lose a lot of calorie, for example. You can do. There is a lot of exercise that you can do even if you are at home, and you lose weight.
Wow. Any chair exercises that will actually help?
Heat, for example, you can have just a space and some tools, for example, elastic or some weight
Okay.
and you can do some exercise, for example, to have a cardio in place. You can jump, you can do plank,
Yeah, plank.
and many things. And in 30 minutes, you are done.
Now, Mina, how hard is it for people to stay consistent with getting it done?
It's 80% in mindset, because when we want something and we decide to have it, we can you can have it. It's
And
just, yeah.
any mindset exercises or anything that you would recommend to get our mind conditioned, because the mind does control the behavior, right?
Yeah.
What you think determines what you do. Any advice there?
I work on four things. For example, it's a daily habit every day. When we, for example, when we want to do something, we do a plan. We commit to a plan daily, so as to have a result. So there is a change of daily habits, commitment, of course, taking action, and stamina. To have results, we need to keep momentum and have stamina. So, and when we start to get results, we are motivated. We want to continue. So,
Yeah. And I guess, when would you say somebody needs to actually start checking, right? Because I can't exercise, I can't eat differently one day, exercise that same day, and then expect to see a result in the morning.
you can do all these things. I give you, for example,
So
for me,
when can I expect to see results?
uh,
When
of
should I?
course,
When should?
of course, if you done it only once, you will not have a result. And you know, especially for women, we gain weight easily, but we lose it. We can't lose it easily. So losing weight takes time for women. So when we want to lose weight, sorry, we give us time and the permission to do the work, because nothing comes without action. So first taking action, commit to action, give time so as to have result. For me, I gave myself 30 days, for example. 30 days. Before 30 days, I didn't expect any result. But during 30 days, I started to feel amazing, because I started to have I felt how léger in French. I don't know in English.
Okay. Okay.
Um, I start to feel good. I started to put on some clothes that I could not, and it gave me motivation.
There you
And
go. Hey.
for example, walking 1 hour, I developed walking 40 minutes more, and day after day, I started to notice results.
Okay.
And when I lost all the kilograms that I gained, I loved my new transformation, and I decided not to come back to my to gaining weight again. So I think when we have good results, we are more motivated to keep momentum.
And should we celebrate our small wins?
Of course.
And can we celebrate with sugar?
Of course, it's a good. This is the thing that we reward ourselves, our success, and this is what I did when I gave a promise to myself that if I get back my body, I will offer me a massage with a professional, for
Ah.
example. And I started to, instead of eating something to comfort myself, I started to offer some services for me. For example, doing massage, going to haircut, etc. So it's it's a reward. It's as a gift for myself to celebrate my success in losing weight, for example.
Nice, nice. So, Mina, where can people find you if they have a different additional questions or they'd like to find out more? Well, you know what? Tell me now. Tell me about how your course works. If somebody wants to learn more about your course first, where do I go to find it?
I I started with, for now, I don't have a website, sorry, but I'm working on creating a Facebook group, a private Facebook group to have who is interested, and I can give more information there.
Okay. So, what's your Instagram handle?
I gave it to you,
Yep.
my Instagram.
It is, but
So,
say
M
yeah.
like mother,
Mm-hmm. Say
M
it.
like mother,
Yeah.
I like Italy, N like North, A like America. I don't know. Mina, it's underline.
Yeah. Underscore. Yes.
Underscore.
Mm-hmm.
Q like Queen, and 2021.
Yes. That's it. Mina underscore Q 2021 is her Instagram handle.
Yes.
Any parting advice for us, Mina? If somebody needed to make, what would you suggest for somebody's next step? If they needed to make one move to get more out of their life, more fulfillment, more meaningful relationships, more to see themselves in a better light. One move to more, what would you suggest their next step be?
So first, getting clarity. Have a real vision about getting clarity about the current situation. Decide what we want and why do you want it. Getting clarity, it's all about mindset. And when we know our current situation and we make the decision to change it, we need to know what we want and why we want it. So when we know all these things, it's easy after to shift.
Easy to shift. All right, Mina, thank you very much for granting me this interview.
Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to talk to you and to speak about losing weight, etc.
All right, I hope you have is it evening? A good evening in France?
Yes, it's afternoon. It's still afternoon, yeah. It's morning there. It's
Yes,
morning.
it is.
Yeah.
It is. It is. Thank you,
So
Lilibeth. Thank you, Ron. Thank you all for joining to watch our interview today.
thank you so much, and for giving me this opportunity. And I wish you a happy Saturday and an amazing day there. So see you next time.
Thank you.
You are welcome. Thank you all.